Good morning. Welcome to Reading the Science of Mind in 1 Year. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the Center for Spiritual Living Common Ground in Central Maryland. Today is July 15th. So let's get started with our reading and see where that takes us. Here we go.
Reading for July 15th, Science of Mind, A Philosophy, a Faith, a Way of Life by Ernest Holmes. Reading from page 296, paragraph 1, through page 297, paragraph 1, using inclusive language. Attraction of personality. Every business, every place, every person, everything has a certain mental atmosphere of its own. This atmosphere decides what is to be drawn to it. For instance, you never saw a successful person who went around with an atmosphere of failure. Successful people think about success. A successful person is filled with that subtle something which permeates everything that they do with an atmosphere of confidence and strength. The person who says of themselves, "I have no personality with which to attract people," has been laboring under a delusion. They need to be disillusioned. They must be shown that there is but one person. This person is manifested through every living soul. It is the personality. It is complete. The ones to whom we are most strongly attracted are not necessarily the ones who are the most beautiful physically, but are the ones from whom we receive that subtle emanation, that something. What is that something? It is that which emanates from within. It is the inner recognition of reality. Now we know, and knowing means using the law in a constructive way. Quote, "I and the Father are one," end quote. This is the strength for the weak and the life for all who believe. We can so fill ourselves with the drawing power of attraction that it will become irresistible. Nothing can hinder the person who knows that they are dealing with the one power that creates all from itself, moves all within itself, and yet holds everything in its place. One with the infinite mind, one with the personality of God. We should let this ring through our mind each day, many times each day, until we shall never again say, "I have no personality." We have all personality.
Okay. Personality is an interesting concept. Good morning, Reverend Jenna. Good to see you. Um, for me, the thing that really, the consistent thread in this reading for me, they don't actually use the word, Holmes doesn't use the word aligned or vibration. That's what I hear him talking about. Um, that subtle emanation, that something. We are all little energy pods, right? And we have a vibration and our thoughts, our atmosphere. When it talks about the personality atmosphere, that's the vibration of our personality, the frequency of our personality, all of which, as I understand our teachings, is established by our thoughts and how, again, I'm going to go back to tuning two strings on the guitar, listening for one vibration. And so when, it talks about our real essence, our real personality, when my human thoughts, my awareness is in alignment with the truth of my being, there's one vibration rather than a vibration of dissonance, rather than a vibration of self dissent, if you will. Um, and that draws other vibrations. We align it, the vibration, as I understand it, acts as a magnetism. That's the whole law of attraction. And so here he's breaking it down to personality, which is, is, I hear him establishing that as what we believe about our personhood, right? Establishes the vibration of my personhood, shows up and emanates as the vibration of my human understanding of myself. All of which, at least for me, is changing on a regular basis. Um, and maybe that is where we get stuck in our most dissonant, right, vibration, is looking for a point of stagnation, looking for a point where we arrive at this frequency and stay there. And I just, beloveds, my experience is that is unrealistic, and it is intentionally refusing to continue to grow and evolve. And I understand that creation, which I am an expression of, is always evolving, and evolution is always forward. Why would I want to put the brakes on that? Right. And when I answer that question, it's not really that I want to so much as the biology of my amygdala tells me to, because it's always seeking a finite, safe point. And this constant growth thing is a bit challenging for our amygdala, which is trying to establish a set safety zone. And that's okay. It gives us the opportunity to make friends with our body, to make friends with our amygdala. Um, and then we can bring ourselves into a more in alignment vibration. I tend to stay away from higher frequency and lower frequency because really, I really love the idea that the infinite knows nothing about big or little, fast or slow. For me, it takes all of the opposites out of the mix to talk about it and to understand it as alignment. And so I'm constantly bringing myself into alignment with the truth of my being. And when I do that, I'm instantly in alignment with the truth of your being, because there's only one substance, one source, one wholeness, and we're all that expressing uniquely. Being in alignment vibrationally does not mean sameness, right? Those two guitar strings are still two different strings, each one with its own voice, its own sound. They're just coming into vibrational sync to create a harmony. So I don't know why I'm so fixated on those guitar strings these days, but clearly I am. So there you go. That's what I have this morning. And so with that, seeing nothing in the chat, I'm going to move us into our 5-minute practice of meditation. Remind you that it's just an invitation to be present, to take 5 minutes and just to practice being present with what is, not to make anything happen, not to stop anything from happening, just practicing being present with what is. Okay, here we go. one, one power, everywhere present, one substance, expressing one, whole, perfect, and complete, self-existent, meaning it simply has always been. It's not made from anything else or by anything else or anyone else. It simply is, always has been. It is eternal, so it always will be. It is infinite, so it is indefinable, unlimited. It is the seen and the unseen. It is what we are aware of and what we will ever become aware of. It is infinite possibility, moving itself into expression uniquely without ever using itself up or separating from itself. It simply expresses, expanding its experience of itself. Known by many, 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 many names. It is unnameable. It cannot be accurately, completely encompassed by a finite name. And we reference it by name because we have language. So in this moment, I know it as life, as love, as God, as the great mystery. And I recognize that others know it by different names, and each and every name is equally inaccurate because it is all of the names, yet none of them. That singular substance, it simply expresses as creation. And so being here in form, the formless expressing in form, I know that I am that in form, that the substance of me is the very substance of life, of creation. That I am made out of it, by it, to express it uniquely individualized as me. And what is true of me is true of all creation. Every uniquely purposeful, intentional, one of a kind individualization of this divine wholeness, completeness, and perfection, the substance of life itself. We are each inseparably connected in the whole as the whole. So I recognize in this unity of creation that my word is referencing my divine word, the infinite, the substance within me, speaking itself into greater and greater expressions. That each and every form is a portal of divine expression, fully infused and empowered with that agency, that creative process. So I speak my word, claiming and affirming that perfect alignment, thought of vibration, perfect harmony that is so recognizable within the sensation of being, and that I express from that place, that I align myself, that I tune myself until I experience one vibration. And then I listen. I listen in so many ways to what is the desire of creation as me to express. And I simply say yes. Yes to being that. Letting go of the doing that, I say yes to being that. Knowing that the being takes care of the doing. That this creative process that is the essence of my being has that doer within the process that is part of the whole, that responds in a lawful way. It simply receives the impress and does it. Makes it so. Not a separate law from the creative process, but simply the lawful action within the process. And it has already received my word spoken this morning. My word being the word of the infinite, the substance of me. And already acted upon it and made it so. And I know that to be true by the resonance within me when I acknowledge it. So I can relax and let go. I can release my word by releasing anything and everything in this human realm that would diminish my full experience of the word made manifest. I get out of my own way. I let go. And I live in a faith that knows it's already done. And I move into this day in 100% expectancy to experience the word made manifest. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.